Hi everyone, welcome to the Gypsy Live. My hair is crazy today. The Gypsy Live Show episode number 21. So today I wanted to talk about the space of possibilities or space of possibility. Now, have we got anyone online today, or are we a little bit quiet out there in Facebook land? Can't see anyone. So I will just rattle on. So, space of possibilities. So, often we have this space where there's like a nothingness. And I'll just use my own experience as an example to share with you how this can show up. So, oftentimes when I'm going through massive change, or I've done a class, or there's been a whole lot going on in my life, and then I've been creating, and doing lots of classes and teaching and doing all the things. Hi, Veronica. Then there can be this space sometimes where there's nothing. Now, in the past, I used to freak out about it. Freak out. I'm like, oh my God, where's my creativity gone? Um, I can't think of anything to do. I should be doing all these things. And there was just this space that I'd get so uncomfortable with that I just could not deal with it. And what I discovered through many trial and errors of a period of time when I'd go through these spaces like this was that something great would be on the other side of that. So what we can tend to do is fill up that space with problems and meaningless things that probably don't need to be there, just so that we can, not, hi Farah, how you going? So we can not deal with that space that we're going through, or that space. I call it the space of possibilities, because in that space there is magic. But you've just got to be willing to have the ease and the peace of that space, rather than filling up with the things that are going to, yeah, filling it up with crap. Exactly. Filling up with crap, filling it up with problems, maybe starting a fight with your partner, or just doing meaningless things that aren't going to create anything for your future. So you want to start asking questions. Okay, what can I create here that would be a contribution? What future am I aware of right now that I could be creating? Um, and I actually wrote a clearing today just before I came on, and I thought this would be a really good one to run, especially if you're noticing that space and then you're going into the funk. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Look, I've noticed that I've been in a space of possibilities in the last week. So things have been in this really peaceful, transient state. Now, instead of going into, oh my God, I've got no creative ideas, I can't think of anything, what am I going to do? I'm just enjoying that space. And funnily, when I was walking with my friend a week or two before that, she was saying that she was having that space where nothing was coming to her. But we've both gone through this enough times together and separately to realize that um, that's where the magic is, and to just go with it and just enjoy it and keep asking questions. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with your future. The future is showing up, it's actualizing in its own time. So, what have your asks been? So, you might want to ask that. What have I been asking for? Right? That's showing up in a way that I have not imagined yet. What have I been asking for that's now almost like changing tracks? So things are changing tracks. So there's going to be a transient space between those places where the tracks are about to change. So what have you been asking for? Have you been asking for um, more fun, more joy, more money, a different job? Have you been asking for bigger changes in your life that are in the process of where the quantum entanglements are actually rearranging themselves, so that it can bring that to you? So you've got to have a little bit of patience too. And I should talk because I've got the worst patience in the world. What has Veronica written? I think I'm not actually I've not actually got to the other side yet. Just feels like nothing for a while. Yes, it does feel like nothingness. But this is the thing, we're not used to having that space and peace within ourselves. We're not used to that. So we get all like, oh, what's going on? So what if you could just say, hey, like, is this the peace and the space and the joy that I've been asking for? Joy doesn't have to mean that you're bouncing off the walls or that you're jumping up and down for with excitement. It doesn't have to mean any of that. It can just be this space of peace and nothingness too. It doesn't, and then when you're stepping into being something as well, and you're already being it, often you're looking for something that was outside of you before, but you're now actually being it. You're present with it, so it doesn't have a sensation either. So what if that's the space of possibilities you've been asking for as well? So you don't create the crap, here's a really cool clearing that you could use, or use something of your own. So what problems am I using to refuse the space of possibilities I could be choosing? And everything that brings up, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock or nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. So what problems am I using to refuse the space of possibilities I could be choosing? And everything that brings up, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock or nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. So what problems am I using to refuse the space of possibilities I could be choosing? And everything that is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock or nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. Sorry, I'm messing with the camera a bit too much, aren't I? So start asking questions about that space. Like, is this the future I've been asking for actualizing itself? What am I aware of right now? What could I create that I've never created before? Because oftentimes if you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again with your creations, or you haven't changed anything up at all, you might want to ask what you could now institute or create that could make the difference for the things that you are wanting to have in your life. So let's run that clearing again. What problems am I using to refuse the space of possibilities I could be choosing? And everything that is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock or nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. So what problems am I using to refuse the space of possibilities I could be choosing? And everything that is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock or nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. So don't judge yourself. Don't go into judgment of yourself. Don't beat yourself up about any of this, and enjoy the time and the space that you've got to maybe do some other things too. So that could be like riding a bike or going for a walk or doing some online exercises, because obviously some of the things that still aren't open. Nurturing your body, like what is your body asking for? Include all of it in these questions. What is your body asking for? What have you been asking for? What could you create now? What future is available to you now that you haven't even acknowledged yet? And there has been a megaton of changes on the planet. So what could you tap into now that could create a totally different future? I actually went on a couple of shopping sprees this week to get a few things, and there's a lot of stock that's out. So there's a lot of clothes that aren't available. Apparently TVs won't be available very soon until another couple of months, because we're about to run out of TVs. So why am I telling you this? Because what do you know about what you could institute that the planet is asking for right now, that the people are asking for right now, that is required for us to have? And if we're always relying on overseas market, what could the market be asking for here, right here in Australia, so that it's on tap, so that it's accessible? So what is it that you could offer? And I'm not saying that you can go out and invent a new TV. It's not about that. It's about tapping into your unique gifts and abilities and capacities, and then instituting something from that space. And maybe if you're not an overly creative person, and maybe if you are, you work for someone and this is not your bag, that's okay too. It can be something simple, that's something around the house for you to enjoy. I just bought new bed linen because why not? It felt good to do so. So, what is it that you could institute in your house right now that could contribute to the changes that you've been asking for? So, there are all the questions that you can ask, and enjoy your space of possibilities. You're not wrong, there's nothing wrong with you. The world's not going to blow up. It's just that gentle space, that gentle whisper of possibilities that are coming your way, and it's your time to shine and enjoy them, whatever that looks like. So, on that note, I am so happy that you joined me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. So, bye for now.